Oh, look at that. I don't know what this looks like, but I just found a place to put the camera. Look at that goodness. Thought I would check in with you guys and see how you guys are doing and take you guys with me on a little trip. I just stopped by Walmart. I kind of expected it to be crazy, but it was actually kind of empty. It was kind of weird. Thought I'd take you guys with me. And Walmart was kind of weird. Nobody really wants to talk to you, and nobody really wants to be around you. Like everybody, like if you're walking down the aisle and you're too close to somebody, they go on the other side. So definitely some social distancing happening. And I went in there for tape. If you were watching my video on Snapchat today about FedEx and tape and USPS, I'm out of tape and I gotta send another package. Then I was in self-checkout because I was social distancing myself from people, trying not to touch anything. Some other lady came through with a couple things of toilet paper, and apparently they're limiting the amount of toilet paper you can buy. You can only buy one pack. I would advise buying the large pack, not the small pack, because you can only get one. Now I am on my way to FedEx to go ship this package, and then we'll snatch and grab at Starbucks for some gift cards because I owe Drew and Journey $5 Starbucks gift card that will be mailed to you, sanitized before I mail it, obviously, and then mailed to you. So that's kind of the order of things. Then we're gonna stop by the church and grab a couple things there and say hi to some people, and then head back to the house. So stay tuned for the next stop. I see FedEx. All right, we've arrived. I'll be right back.
Many unbearable hours later.
All right, so while this has been like 5 seconds for you, this has been like a half an hour for me. Apparently they cannot ship it to a P.O. box, and that's all this guy gave me. So they were very kind and told me they could print a USPS label, and they would do all that for me and make sure I got to USPS, which was awesome. So you go to USPS's website and you should print a label, and it's not very kind that I'd use my iPad, and then a half an hour. They build these like little squares taped out where you have to stay 6 feet away from people, and they tell you to stay in your square. We're done, and now we're gonna hit up Starbucks for some gift cards. All right. So there marks the Starbucks trip. I was gonna show you guys and introduce you to whoever was at Starbucks. However, I had a phone call during all that. It was way too many things to do. Now we're done at FedEx / USPS, Walmart, and Starbucks. So now the only thing left is to go to the church and pick up a couple things. We'll go from there. So my whole goal here is, while we cannot spend a lot of time together, and trust me, I miss spending time with y'all, I hope by the end of this that you feel like you've spent more time with me than when we even spent time together. Maybe you know a little bit more about my life. Who knows? Give you guys some words of encouragement here. As many of you, and not just you, but other students and college students that I've talked to over the past couple of days, have really expressed concern and frustration about spending this much time with your family. And oh look, there's a cute dog. It's cute. I'll show you guys what it's all about. You guys have expressed a lot of concern, and not just you, but other people, about spending this much time with your family and your parents, and frustration and everything else. And I get it. It's not something you're used to, and it can be frustrating and it can be difficult. You have to remember to extend some grace and some patience to your parents and to your siblings, to the rest of your family, because this is new for all of us. For your parents, this is new for you, this is new for your siblings and everybody else. So you've got to remember that everybody is in the same circumstances that you are. You need to extend some grace and some patience to people. But you might say, well, I am out of patience and I am out of grace and I don't have anything to extend to anybody else. That's where prayer comes in. It takes you praying and asking God and talking to Him and asking Him for patience, asking Him for joy, asking Him for some long suffering with people. You know, a lot of times I was talking to a student last night about this topic, and it really kind of came up around family and around circumstances and the fact that you cannot control what other people do, but you can totally control how you react to things. We then talked about prayer and how a lot of times our prayers are kind of selfish. We pray a lot of times about things that we want, or things that we want to change, things that we want God to do. A lot of times our prayers tend to be selfish. We're praying, we're asking God to do very specific things in in our life that may not be part of what God wants. And then we get disappointed because those things don't change, or because our circumstances don't change, because things didn't work out this way. And we get really disappointed when God simply wants us to trust Him. But we're going to run into times in our life when our own patience runs out, when our own internal happiness and bubbliness, because that's our personality, runs out. And that's when we need to rely on God. That's when we need to pray and say, God, I need some patience. I need some long suffering. I need some joy from you, not from me, not from anything else, but simply from you. You think about the fruits of the Spirit, you can pray and ask for all of those things, and your circumstances never change, but you rely on God a whole lot more. Maybe you take this time in these couple weeks to pray and say, God, I know that I trust you, that I know that you're in control, and that I'm not going to pray for my circumstances to change, but I'm going to pray that I rely on you, that my patience comes from you, that my joy and my happiness comes from you and you alone. My long suffering to my family and my siblings, and the list could go on and on. So maybe take this time, and as you pray today, pray for those things. Maybe you haven't prayed at all in a long time. Take some time, talk to God about these things. You're as close to God as you really want to be. I'm on my way to the church, and I'm going to get on the highway, and my arm is tired because it's heavy. I'll see you in a minute. I lied. Make another pit stop. Mickey D's, because I really want an iced tea. Yeah, can I just get an unsweet tea?
Yes, sir. Is that it for you?
That is it.
$1 second window, please.
Hey, thank you. They're getting it. What drink are you going to get if you go to McDonald's? Sorry, I keep putting you down, but I can't do everything all at the same time. So. That's good. If you get unsweet tea, you have to stop and check before you pull fully away to make sure that they heard correctly that it's unsweet tea and that nobody got the jugs mixed up. That happens a lot. So I lied. So I got home and realized that none of the footage from the church or anything after that turned out. The files refused to transfer. You guys didn't get some awesome ending to the day. So now this is on yet another day. You guys to the mailbox with me to get the mail. I hope you guys enjoyed spending a little bit of time running around, and I hope maybe you guys got something out of that. And I challenge you this week, and there's no mail, nothing in there, to spend this time in quarantine and at home and with your family. Spend some time in prayer, depending on God. And don't forget, Friday night, 6 o'clock on YouTube Live will be our Friday Night Live. Jump in for that. Maybe invite one of your friends that normally you would not invite to youth group or wouldn't come to youth group. All right, I'll see you guys.